overall, the activity yesterday, when I observed it, I think it went well. Students seemed to be working together. There was a little downtime, and the ones that needed help asked for help from all three of us. So, overall, how do you think the activity went over Half-Life?
It went really well. Actually, I think this year doing it, it went better than normal, than it has in the past.
Do you think the students achieved the desired outcome? And the ones that didn't, what may we do differently?
I think that they did understand, especially after they saw the graph. But I think maybe supplying some of them with a graph already done or a table to show it, the data might have helped a little bit more.
Right, because there's 13 kids in the class, and some are lower than others. I noticed when you were doing it, you went up to some of them you were with more than others, and reading it, make sure it went along, and they were keeping up. Big thing is the kids were laughing, joking around. They weren't scared to ask you questions. You got a good rapport with them, but they were still getting work done in the process. What might, if there's anything, I know you said you might change the giving them a graph or whatnot for the previous year, but anything else you might change so that they could hit the outcomes with knowing Half-Life? I know some of them, when I noticed, they were looking for the M's, but they couldn't find the M's because they had worn off or from them touching them or whatnot. I don't know if that's an easy fix, but that.
I don't know. Maybe that's something we can work on next time. I don't know.
One of the goals that we talked about earlier in our pre-observation was just helping them with this gap kids getting to their reading or improving their reading. What are some ways that we might take this activity or in the future, whether it's your classes or whatnot? I know your student growth goals over a different class, your 4th hour class, to work with those kids, help close that reading gap that are struggling.
Well, one thing that we have done this year across the school is doing the reading in the different classes, So I know that the science department has actually been doing that. We've actually been reading over, so whatever we're learning in that unit, when it's our day to stop and read, it is pertaining to whatever we're studying. So a lot of times I bring my lower reading students in here and I teach them reading strategies while we're doing that. So like one thing that they know is to read the questions before they start reading the article, and that way they'll know what they're looking for as they're reading it, or if I'm reading it to them, they'll say, hey, that's one of the questions, we need to stop and answer that, or underline it, or whatever strategy they use.
Yeah, and that goes with one of the growth goals that we talked about. Or you mentioned earlier with Mr. Covens talking about getting everybody to read across curriculum and that kind of stuff. So, and I know there's some changes coming up next year with special ed, so it's going to be kind of interesting to bounce ideas off and try to get cross-curriculum, cross-hour type things going on.
Yes, I spoke to one of the teachers in the science department yesterday, and she said that if they do the changes that some of the other schools are doing, that she would prefer to have a room with 1 hour with lower kids in it who need extra help than to just have me part of an hour.
Right, and that's one of those things where we got to get the PLCs and that type of stuff together, for those future PDs and changing that we talked about earlier. So, all right, well, I appreciate working with you.
All right.